Can a legitimate hero ever truly be perfect? In a world ruled by chaos, where moral lines blur and every decision carries a cost, is perfection even possible, or merely an illusion we cling to? From the war-torn fields of Shakespeare's Henry V to the crime-ridden streets of Gotham in Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight, both texts demonstrate that the heroes we remember are never perfect, but the ones who are flawed. A king who must justify a bloody war, a man who becomes a villain to save his city. These aren't stories of perfection, they're stories of pressure, pain, and impossible choices. Henry V and The Dark Knight show us that real heroism is born in the fire of conflict, often conflict of the hero's own making, and it is through their internal and external struggles that their true strengths emerge, because in a universe built on opposition, the unstoppable force meeting the immovable object, the only heroes worth watching are the ones caught in the middle, still fighting. It is these flawed heroes who resonate with the audience because they reflect the imperfections of the real world. Audiences are not drawn to faultless figures, but to those who struggle and to those who fall and still choose to rise. This is evident through Shakespeare's Henry V, where the Archbishop of Canterbury reflects on Henry's sudden transformation, saying, "Consideration like an angel came and whippeth offending Adam out of him." Through the use of biblical allusion in the offending Adam, we see the sins Henry has done in the past, portraying him as a flawed figure who is now transformed through struggle, as indicated in the word whippeth. This is also seen through the character of Batman, whose flaws are the reason he resonates so deeply with the audience. In the intense police station interrogation scene, the audience is brought in with low-key lighting, creating a sense of tension and unease. Suddenly, a harsh light slams on, revealing an extreme close-up of the Joker's face as Batman appears behind him, violently slamming the Joker's head onto the table to begin the interrogation. This is followed by a low-angle medium shot of Batman towering over Joker, showing his physical dominance and emotional intensity. Through the sharp transitions from darkness to bright light, Nolan brings the Joker into full view while exposing the violent, unfiltered side of Batman. Despite having the power and anger to kill the Joker, Batman holds back, restrained by his own moral code. This restraint is his flaw, as he is torn between justice and vengeance, and that inner conflict makes him more than just a hero. It makes him relatable. It's his struggle to stay in control even when everything pushes him over the edge that connects him so deeply with the audience. This idea that true heroism is forged not in the absence of conflict, but through it, is equally central to Shakespeare's portrayal of Henry V. As Shakespeare deeply explores the internal and external conflicts that shape Henry as a hero. This is particularly seen when Henry disguises as a soldier and reflects, "What infinite heart ease must king neglect, that private men enjoy?" The rhetorical question delivered in a moment of vulnerability reveals the weight of Henry's internal struggles, as while others enjoy simple pleasures, he must carry the burden of leadership alone. This, coupled with the juxtaposition between kings and private men, underscores Henry's isolation, showing how power alienates him from ordinary human experiences. Yet, despite this isolation and heavy burden, Henry must also inspire unity and courage among his soldiers as they face external conflicts. This idea of heroism being forged through conflict is evident in the final scene of The Dark Knight. As Gotham reels from destruction left by the Joker and Harvey Dent's moral collapse, Batman chooses to become what the city needs, not what it deserves. In the scene, Nolan presents us with dark, low-key lighting coupled with ominous, non-diegetic music as Batman flees into the shadows while Gordon solemnly declares,
"Because it's the hero Gotham deserves, but not the one it needs right now."
Using low-key lighting isolates Batman from the rest of the characters, symbolizing his descent into necessary moral ambiguity. Batman's internal conflict between being a symbol of hope or a scapegoat for justice is crystallized in this final scene. By taking the blame for Dent's crime, he preserves the public's belief in good, sacrificing his own legacy, showing how it's his internal conflicts that make him compelling to the audience. Now, in a world where chaos is constant and moral lines are blurred, can we truly accept our heroes to be perfect, or must we accept that their greatness lies in their flaws? Both Henry V and The Dark Knight expose the myth of the perfect hero by showing that in a chaotic world, perfection is not only impossible, but deeply dangerous. In Henry V, Shakespeare presents the illusion of divine kingship as a carefully constructed facade. Henry crafts an image of himself as a flawless, God-ordained leader, but this perfection is a performance, one shaped by rhetoric and strategy. This is seen in the famous St. Crispin's Day speech, where Henry declares, "We few, we happy, we band of brothers." Using inclusive language and the repetition in the word "we," it positions Henry as an equal among the men, masking the hierarchical and political reality of his role. Through this calculated camaraderie, Henry strengthens morale while maintaining control, showing us how his heroism lies on emotional manipulation as much as genuine bravery. His idealized persona is not a reflection of inner perfection, but a tool crafted to unify and inspire in the face of chaos. Now, in The Dark Knight, we are presented this through the hospital scene where the Joker confronts Harvey Dent after his transformation. Once hailed as Gotham's White Knight, Dent's downfall stems from his rigid commitment to moral absolutes. Nolan presents us with Dent's face split down the middle, one side intact and the other grotesquely burned. As the Joker calmly whispers, "Introduce a little anarchy, I'm an agent of chaos." Nolan uses an extreme close-up of Dent's face to show Dent's unraveling, signaling his shift from idealist to executioner. His line earlier in the film, "You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain," now becomes a tragic self-fulfilling prophecy, a reflection of how his own pursuit of perfection leads to his corruption. His flaw isn't weakness, but the inability to adapt in a morally grey world. His perfection, once admired, becomes brittle in the face of chaos, exposing how heroes can never be perfect in a broken world. What makes Henry and Batman unforgettable isn't their perfection, it's their pain, their doubt, their impossible choices. Their flaws don't diminish their heroism, they prove it. True heroes choose sacrifice over glory, struggle over simplicity. So what do you think? Can a legitimate hero ever truly be perfect?